Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Let's give the boy a hand.
Please tell me I spelled this right.
Let's hear it for my baby. You know you gotta understand.
It is 10:39. New Illinois movement aside, we got Renegade Artistry in the building. Mollie and Sarah.
Bettis, like
Bettis.
lettuce.
Oh, I like that. See, I always, every time I add some, some flavor on a last name, I always take a chance. And every time I do, I'm wrong. So
That's okay. Everybody's always wrong, so it's fine.
That's a great way to look at it. You should have seen my last interview. All right, so with that being said, wanted to talk to you guys about Renegade Artistry because saw your guys' Facebook page, a lot of really great stuff in there. And this is year 7?
Yes, this is year 7 for us. We've been doing this consistently every summer and throughout the winter at certain events.
That's fantastic. And now, you were saying that this has been a pretty good start of the year, huh?
Yeah, it has. It's been our best season so far.
Let's give you a little celebration music, a little celebration for Renegade Artistry. And, with that being said, how'd you guys get started on all of this?
Sitting around one day discussing tattoo balm.
Wait,
Seriously.
what?
Yeah, seriously.
She had tattoo balm, and she's like, well, I got it off of Etsy, and, this company's great, but this batch just wasn't great. And I looked at the tin, and I went, why can't we do this? That's how it started.
And that's as simple
It was
as
just
that.
one of those late night, just kind of
Yeah.
talking, throwing ideas out kind of nights.
You know what's funny? I've always had the best ideas, and do not do this at home. I'm not the best role model. I've gotten the best ideas sitting at the corner at Johnson's and having a Coors Light, just one, and coming up with some great ideas. So, like, with this, I mean, there was a need for something. You guys see it and talk about it while you're chewing the fat, and then all of a sudden, life's, taken off on this journey. Now, was the balm the first thing y'all started to do?
That and like a very basic complexion soap. So because I'm allergic to just about every unnatural chemical.
My cousin is too. We had to use the unscented soaps and everything.
Yep.
We laugh because she's kind of like the little guy from Addams Family that if his mom uses fabric softener, he dies. It's kind of the same concept.
Not that severe, but yes.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Right around
Itchy,
there. So step 1's the idea, which you guys are, talking about. I just think that is one of the coolest things ever. Let's just talk about it and do it.
Yeah.
Now, how do y'all develop something like this? Was it just learning the formula and what goes into it?
There was a lot of trial and error.
I bet.
Figuring out ratios. And we study some recipes of things that are out there, but it's always individual for us.
Yeah.
So we like to put our own spin on whatever it is that we make.
That's fantastic. And I think this is really cool. So actually, you know what? Let's not bury the lead. How did the first test run go? Do you remember the first testing phase?
It was pretty oily. We figured out.
I had to ask.
Oh yeah, no, it was not good.
The science
second was much
experiment in
better.
the kitchen was bad.
Yeah, there was coconut oil everywhere.
That's hard to get rid of when you have excess amounts, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
I think there was 6 months of scrubbing the countertop before it finally went away. Why is this greasy? I don't know. I cleaned it 2 days ago.
I love this. This is fantastic. So how many trials did you guys go through before the first product was ready to go out?
Oh goodness, I think the balm was probably 5 or 6.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and of course we used all of our friends as guinea pigs.
Yep.
We'd just hand them a tin and be like, please use this on your new tattoo. And
We
let
used
us
to
know.
use our neighbor when we lived in Wood River because he had a beard and I didn't. And I went, you've got a big beard. Come here. He looked at me like I was nuts. I was like, I swear I'm not going to do anything to it. Just use this beard balm. See what it's like.
So
Tell me.
how many people at first were like, okay, thank you. And then after the first or second time using it are going, hey, you got any more of that stuff?
Just about
of them.
everybody. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
By the time we got it to a decent formula that we felt like we could hand out, everybody that we gave it to has always come back to us. So that feels good.
Well, and when did you know in this journey when you're starting these products, you're giving them out to people that this was something that y'all should work on?
I think the farmer's market was really our validation for that.
Yeah.
So when people started buying it, and then they'd come back and buy it again. It was always great.
Well, and see, that's the thing, because, and now we're talking the Alton Artisans and Farmers Market,
Yes,
correct?
we are.
Yes.
You know, I've always wanted to, and this is something that's funny. I've always had vendors on that are at the Alton Artisans Farmers. I've never asked the question. You know, it seems like that's really developed, immensely over the years. Sarah McGivney's done a fantastic job with Alton Main Street, and I will always give her credit for it. But take us through the evolution, your guys' journey through the Farmers and Artisans Market, and how it's changed and helped you guys grow over time.
Like when we started doing it, it was fairly small. I think there were only 60 some odd vendors every Saturday. Like it was
Mostly farmers.
Yeah,
at the time.
mostly farmers at the time.
Just vegetables and things like
vegetables
that.
and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
There was
some
crafters,
soap
but not much.
and Bob does his pottery, of course.
Yeah.
You know, but we started off at the end of the row, and sort of just through doing it every Saturday, we've learned, you know, the tips and tricks of what to buy and what not to buy as far as like setup for tents and tables and chairs and all of that kind of stuff, which is a whole different learning curve.
I'm telling you what, that's a great point. So, like I told you guys off the air, I was in St. Louis radio for a cup of coffee, and came back over here to start this show. And the first day, talking, we'll get out there and get out in the public. So I go to the amphitheater. I was so underprepared, it was scary. No one ever would have thought about a bottle of water being needed on a day like, and a chair, because sometimes people like to sit,
Yeah, you don't want to stand for 8 hours.
Yeah, I guess you could, but I could. But
It's not comfortable.
so there are learning curves, but when you go through this, are you a pretty well-oiled machine now for the Farmers and Artisans Market?
Absolutely. It takes us about 30 minutes to set up and about
Really?
30 minutes to tear down.
That is-
Give or take. The first market's always slow, and we go, how come this is so slow? It's the first market. I haven't
get
done
out of
this in over
practice.
6 months, crud. That's why. Because then it's a fight of, what box did I get this out of?
No,
How
that's
did I
what
pack this when I got it here?
I was going to ask you that. That's a perfect segue and a little bit of a tease, because I was going to ask you, I've gone through your Facebook page. I do an audit on potential guests, and I have to go through and check. That's the 60 minutes portion of the
of
show.
course.
Really official. And I was seeing some fantastic pieces. I want to ask you about those. You brought up a great point, which is where do we put this?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out after this quick break in downtown Alton. Oh, hold on. Talk to me real quick. What day of the week is it?
It is Monday.
Because I hit the wrong button. We're going to do that again. We'll take a quick break. I don't do that very often. 1047 in downtown Alton on this Monday. We'll see you right after a quick one.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Little Rod Stewart never hurt anybody in the morning. You know, Maggie May letting it run a little bit. 10:51, wrapping up our show with Renegade Artistry because, you know, I get paid to speak and sometimes forget how to do that. So I was going through your Facebook audit, you know. Very loosely termed. And I saw some really great stuff, and I mean this. I mean, this is great. I'm looking at children's puzzles from tie-dye bags to shirts. When did the evolution of your product start to begin?
I think it started probably a couple years in to us doing this. We looked around and we were like, okay, we really like tie-dye, but I think we can do it better.
Really? And now, is there a certain method? I don't want you aren't going to have to tell us your secrets, but is there like a method that you all use that's a little bit different?
Well, it's all Mollie.
Mollie, fill me in.
I'm particular. I'm one of those, you know, if I can do it well, I'm going to keep trying to do it even better.
Yeah.
I'm like my own worst critic.
Me-
No, that wasn't right. Do it again. And everybody else is going, that's great. I'm like, no, it's not. I see every flaw in that. Don't even go there. It started out as a hobby. And I got into doing some research, and I get the Procyon MX dyes that every review I've ever seen, everybody says it lasts like 10 years. They don't fade. And I went, ooh, that's a good dye. I'm going to try that. They come out great, and it's just a matter of me learning to fold something new.
Yeah.
And I get way too much fun out of doing it.
Well, and that's actually a perfect segue because to me, all this, what you guys are doing is fun. I mean, it's everything's, you know, brightly colored, exciting, you know, come and look at me, you know, and I think that's what it shows through your artwork does. And is it one of those things where it just feels really cool to do something that's fun, that's new, and it's something that y'all love doing? I mean, that's got to feel great.
Yeah. It really does, honestly. That's the best part of this is just people saying, oh, this is awesome. Like, we make it because we love it, but to share that same love with everybody else is just awesome.
Okay, hold on here. I'm going to bring this up. Do I have permission to use your face?
Of course you do. Yes.
All right, hold on. We're going to go full screen here. Take me through this. So we're a little bit zoomed in here. Get out of here. But what is this 3D printed?
It is.
Okay, hold on here. All right, I'm interested. Bring it back. So are these 3D printed toys?
Yes.
How did this develop?
A terrible hobby that's turned into a monster. I now own 4 FDM printers and a resin printer, and I would own more, but my office is 8 foot by 8 foot. I have no space.
Oh, that makes sense. So now this has got to take some time. Does it take a little bit to print these out?
Yeah, actually it can take anywhere from just a small piece like a chip clip, because we had some T-Rex head chip clips, chip clips. I want to say those are a couple hours. To the dinosaur you're showing now, that guy took 10
hours of printing.
Now, that has to be a delicate procedure because I know that you have to check for like filament errors and things not kind of laying right. Does that happen quite a bit?
It does.
If you're not paying attention to at least the first layer, it'll mess up on you. I got to make sure my beds are leveled right, and I've got everything tweaked pretty much at this point to where I want it, and they come out pretty well. But I still come in occasionally, and I have spaghetti in the office going, well, that failed.
Now, I've always wondered this because I watch those. It's like my, what do you call that, ASMR? Is that it?
That is it.
I always call that asthma. But
it works.
You know, I know it's pretty good. I'll be here all week. I'm looking at this, and is it hot, the ink, when it comes out onto the thing?
Yeah, it's... I keep mine at 215 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
so,
that's hot.
Yeah.
Everything on those printers run in Celsius, and there's stuff I've printed that you can actually... We've got visor clips in the truck that I printed, but I printed them out of a different material so they'll withstand the heat.
Wow. I mean, this is so fascinating. And what I think is awesome is that there's an evolution to everything. It's not just the same, tattoo oil or balm or beard balm. I mean, we're growing with, shirts and toys and all these things. Now we got about 5 minutes. We're going to get through this. What are some of the full list of items that we can see at your booth? Because I know I won't be able to hit through all of them.
Yeah. So we've got the tie-dye. So we've got bags and T-shirts and headbands and bibs and onesies, and we've got a bunch of the 3D prints, of course, plus the soaps and the herbal products. Rosewater toner that I make from scratch, which is really cool. I buy organic roses and boil them down to make water, and then I add witch hazel and a few essential oils.
And now what's that used for, just because I'm new to this type of stuff?
Yeah, so it's a basic skincare routine. So you wash your face, but then it moisturizes, but it also keeps like the acne bumps and pimples from popping up.
Wow, yeah, I like that a lot. It's
really cool stuff.
Is it good for you? Because we've talked that with sensitive skin, is it good for that?
Yes, it is very good.
I'm good. No, okay.
That and the beer charcoal soaps, the anything that kept anybody from getting mask acne.
Oh,
back in the day when we were stuck in those. So.
Everybody kept going, why is your face clear? Because I have soap.
Because I have good soap.
I've always wondered that. Nothing, and I'm just going to be honest. You guys can yell at me if you want, but I watched those videos. And those things didn't look fun to me. Let's rip off this this painted on thing and glued on, mask. With this, you don't have to worry about that.
No, there's no pain involved. It's a cotton ball, which you can use reusable.
Yeah.
So you're not throwing out any sort of cotton.
Yeah.
And you're good to go.
Well, and you aren't going to have to worry about keeping that damn thing on your face for 15 minutes. That was the worst part. I didn't know what to do. I just sat there like this.
Yeah, that's all you do is you sit
like
there
a little
for 15
fish,
minutes.
I'm waiting to get
touching
fed.
it, seeing if it's dry. None of that.
So what other products are we going to be having?
So we also have earrings that I make. I make jewelry with intention. Mm-hmm. So that picture that you're looking at currently is not any of those pieces. Those are just the fun that I have. But I make resin earrings.
Yeah.
I charge the stones in the moonlight, like full moon, so that they're a little bit more energetically active.
Yeah.
Before I put them in the resin. So looking to expand and put those in stores here, hopefully soon. And then we make cross stitch and crochet and all sorts of random, just whatever strikes our fancy.
Yeah, at the current moment, random falls under a skateboard that was turned into dog bowls. The bowls are sitting in the skateboard and it's sitting up on 4 foot feet. Or 4-inch feet.
I'm in. I am in. I got to see this now. Now, whenever you're going through these products, we got about a minute and a half left. Is there a way that you guys determine what you keep and what you recycle and maybe find a new purpose for?
It depends on if the idea goes well. If it's well received, that's the word. Yes, thank you.
I barely figured it out. No, it's okay. I'm not to pick on. My guests the last week have been filling me in on words. It's been bad.
But yeah, if it's well received and gets attention, then we'll keep doing it. If it's not, then it gets retired and maybe pulled out if somebody wants something special.
There you go. And now we have about 30 seconds. What's the best way to stay up to date and to follow along ahead of the farmers markets and all the other great things that you guys are a part of?
For right now, it's our Facebook page, Renegade Artistry, and we will be putting up another we have a Square site. We're working on additional websites.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. We love it.
No problem. Thank you to all of you guys, too. A great Monday show, a lot of texts, a lot of great insights, and more fun tomorrow. Live at 9 for more of our daily show right here on RiverBender.com. So on that note, have a great day and try your best to stay out of jail.